Hey guys, it's Justyn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to day 6 of Vlogmas 2020. So for today's video, I'm going to be filming an assumption tag. This is a video that I've wanted to do for quite some time, but I've just never really gotten to it. So I put up a poll on my Instagram letting you guys assume stuff about me. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get on into it. If you guys can tell, I am in a different setting today. I'm actually in Texas visiting at my dad's house. So I will be having my camera is shaking. I will be having some future vlogs coming out soon, just documenting that entire thing. And also, as you can tell, I am outside, so you might hear some birds and dogs and whatnot, but we're just gonna roll with it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into the video. All right, so first assumption is that I'm rude in real life, and I'll definitely say that this assumption is false. But I will say that I've been told pretty much my entire life that I definitely give off a stuck up, almost mean girl approach. Or I don't think it's an approach, but I think that's just the look that I give off before people get a chance to really meet me. And I definitely think that's due to just me being kind of shy and timid. I'm really more of like an observer. I'm not really that big of a talker. I'm definitely like very much introverted, and so also I have a severe case of RBF, which if you don't know what that means, is basically like my resting face is just not the most friendliest face. So unless I'm smiling, laughing, or like actively conversating with somebody, me just sitting here, like I just have like a really not so friendly face. And so I think people who don't know me, who look at me, they just kind of automatically base that judgment. But no, in person, I am not rude at all. So the next assumption is that I have a few friends I view as acquaintances because I'm too afraid to actually let them in. So this one, I had to think about it, and I feel like this assumption is like really deep, but it can kind of go one way or another. I will say I don't really feel like I have a best friend. Like I don't have that one person who just knows everything about me and I can just call up and hit up, and I don't have like that kind of relationship with anybody. And I haven't really had that since high school, which was about 7 or 8 years ago. So as far as that, no. But I definitely do have like maybe 2 or 3 people who I probably could call my friend, but because I haven't really had friends in so long, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very selective with that term. Like I don't just like to call anybody my friend. And I mean, part of that could be the fact that I am scared to let people in. I think I've been hurt in the past, and I've had friends do things that aren't very friendly and just, I don't know, ruin the relationship. And so I've talked about this before, but I don't want to say the main reason I don't have friends, but one of the reasons is because I've just gone so long without friends that it's really hard for me to be a friend. I've been isolated pretty much for so many years that it's hard for me to like be social. And especially now during this year, like even if I wanted to be social, it's really not safe to do that. So yeah, so it's kind of like half and half. Someone assumed you don't have a bad relationship with food, you just lack the confidence to try new things. All right, so the first part of your assumption, me not having a bad relationship with food, that is false. I have come to learn that I have a terrible relationship with food. Literally, I have just been using food as my drug of choice. But I'm learning that the way I view food and look at food is literally like similar to how a drug addict views drugs or how an alcoholic would abuse alcohol. But as far as the second part, I lack the confidence to try new things, that is definitely true. I am a big creature of habit. I really don't like to go too far to something, you know, that I'm unfamiliar with. I've been trying to do a little bit better. So I think some things like, you know, you gotta cut me a little bit of slack, but overall, yes, I am a little bit afraid to try new things. So next assumption is that I get a lot of thirsty DMs from people. This assumption is false. I really hardly ever get DMs like that. Like 99.9% of my DMs are from women, first of all, who are either on their own journey or they're supporting me in my journey. It's usually like 99% positive. And yeah, people really don't come at me like that. I would say like probably in the 2-3 years I've been on Instagram, I've maybe had like 5 people try to hit me up like that, which might sound like a lot, but I'm talking about like 3 years spread out. People ain't really checking for me like that. All right, so next assumption is that I am kind. I think she meant to say I give people too many chances, and very forgiving but resilient and strong. Most of those are true, but as far as me giving too many chances, I really don't think so. In certain situations, yes, I do give people too many chances, usually like relationship situations. But as far as like outside of that, I'm guilty of being the type of person that if you cross me, it really, like, especially like when it comes to like coworkers or stuff like that, where it's like we're close but we ain't close like that, it really just doesn't take much. Like if someone does something to me the wrong way, I pretty much just like distance myself. I'm the type, I am not very confrontational at all, but I will slowly just distance myself and stop talking. So in that case, I definitely don't think that I give too many chances. But as far as like relationship wise, in my past, yes, I gave way too many chances. But I think moving forward, because we're growing on the inside, your girl won't be given that many chances, because I'm just like starting to realize my self-worth again. Yes, again, because I had it and then it went away and then now I'm trying to get it back again. And I really just don't be having time to tell people 50 million times how I want to be treated and how I want to be loved and all this and that. So yeah, I hope that answered that assumption. Next one is that grade school / college was easy for me because I am book smart. I wouldn't say it's easy for me because I was not the type of student who could just look at something once and then automatically like know it. I definitely like had to study and work hard for my grades, but I will agree that I'm way more book smart than, what do they call it, like common sense smart. I have so many blonde moments, so many moments where I just feel very not all the way up there. But when it comes to like information, numbers, math was like one of my favorite subjects in school. That stuff I'm pretty, you know, I can pick up on it once I study and I'm good with that. But other things, not so much. Someone assumes that I am not insecure at all. This one is false, and I appreciate you for trying to build up and assume that self-confidence within myself. But yeah, I am a very insecure person, and that's just the truth. I wish it wasn't that way, but I'm self-aware. Someone assumed that my hair is my favorite feature about myself. I honestly haven't ever really thought about it, but I guess if I do think about it, yeah, my hair would definitely be in like the top 3. I think my hair, my eyebrows, and I'm trying to think of another one. I guess my lips. Like if we're talking about physical features, hair, eyebrows, lips, those would be probably like my top 3. Someone assumed that I don't make friends easily, and I did kind of touch on this in one of the other questions, but yes, that is true. I don't make friends easily. And I think more of the problem is not necessarily that I don't or can't make friends. It's just hard for me to keep friends because I'm just not a very social person, and it sucks because deep down inside, like I really want that. I really would love to have that type of support, but I kind of self-sabotage those relationships, not by doing anything, it's more so not doing enough. I've had people try to hang out with me, try to reach out to me, and it's like I want to so bad, but as soon as someone tries to make plans with me, I immediately like clam up and try to like just retreat back to my comfort zone. And it's very hard for me to do that. And when I think about it, all of the friends that I have had, I learned this term on TikTok, were geographical friends. I don't know if that's exactly how we put it, but basically my best friends in high school were my friends because we went to the same school and we were on the dance line together. So it was kind of like I wouldn't say a forced friendship because I really did like those girls and the friendship was real, but the friendship happened because we were in the same situation together. And there were 2 acquaintances, let me stop lying, they were friends. You see how hard it is for me to call people my friends, but I did have 2 girls in college that I did get pretty close to, and 2 of them were at the 2 different jobs that I had in college. So one was during like my freshman and sophomore year, and then the other friend that I had was the end of my sophomore year, junior and senior year. And we kind of became really close, but again, that was because we both worked together, and so we were spending a lot of time together, you know, every single day. And they are like, every now and then we'll kind of catch up on Facebook and maybe comment on each other's posts, but it's really not to the point where we're like texting or FaceTiming every day. Like I really, like I said, I don't really have somebody that I can talk to as a friend outside of like family, work, or church or anything like that. Someone just typed the word Christian, so I don't know if you're assuming that I am a Christian, but if so, yes, I am a Christian. I believe in God, and I definitely feel, I know you didn't ask for all this, but I feel like he is doing a lot of work in me, and 2021 is gonna be an amazing year. Guys, I just have to say that whenever I posted the assumption box to my Instagram, I really pretty much assumed that it was just gonna be kind of just like minuscule little assumptions here and there, maybe just a little spice, but I actually had a couple that were mean. And I was surprised because I'm like, you know, you're not anonymous, right? Like, I could see who was asking me these questions, but I was kind of shook with some of these assumptions. I'm like, damn, you really think that about me? But then I had to like kind of hone it in because I'm like, Justyn, technically you did ask, but I asked not really thinking that y'all was gonna come for me like that. But yeah, anyway, someone assumed that I'm just doing YouTube for money now, and that assumption is false, y'all. I literally did YouTube for 2.5 years without seeing a penny, nothing, nada. And even though I do get some income from it now, that's not the only reason I do it. Like, if it was just about money, I would do something else. I truly like doing this. I like making content. The more and more I do it, I feel like I'm slowly starting to get better at it. And I've always been a creative person, you know, with art, with dance, with videography. Like, I took classes to, you know, then I didn't know that I was gonna be doing YouTube, but now kind of correlates and goes along with it. But I've always been like into social media in some way. At first it was MySpace, then it was Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and it's kind of just gone up this ladder. And just so happens that YouTube is kind of like my main thing right now. But no, money is not the only reason that I'm doing this. I'm not gonna lie and say that the money isn't nice, because I mean, who wouldn't want to make videos and be able to pay off some of their bills from that source of income? Truly, I tell this to anybody who comes to me trying to start a YouTube channel. If money is the motivation, then you are gonna get burnt out really quick, because there is so much work that goes into it before you receive your first check of any sort. And it's really more of like a long-term game. So yeah, hopefully that answers that assumption. Someone assumed I am 5'4", and you're close, but incorrect. I'm actually 5'5". Somebody assumed that I have the best relationship with my mom, and that is true. Me and my mom are very close. I love her so much that, like, my mom is truly my best friend. I know I said I don't really have friends, but I was more so talking like out of family. But me and my mom are extremely close. I love her so much. And yeah, someone assumed that I am very Southern, and I read this and I was like, I mean, I don't know how to respond to that, because I mean, I live in the South, and so yeah, geographically I'm Southern, but to me this is so weird because I just know what I know, and what I know is Louisiana is the South. And so to me this is just normal, but I have been told that people like my accent and I sound country. I usually get country more than I get Southern, so I don't really know. Y'all let me know, do y'all think I'm Southern? And last question, someone assumed that I am a picky eater. So this one, honestly, if you would have asked me this a few months ago, I probably would have argued you down and told you I am not a picky eater. But I've learned from you guys that apparently I am, which I mean, now yeah, I kind of get it. I do like really hardly ever try new things, but yeah, I guess technically I would consider myself a picky eater. All right guys, so that is gonna conclude the end of those assumptions. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and let me look to see the super special secret emoji. All right, so very special shout out to Stephanie Valdez, shout out to Miss Charette Tyler, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and very special shout out to Miss Trinice. Thank y'all so much for supporting. I really do appreciate it. And let's see, for today's super special secret emoji, let's do the eyes emoji, because I was trying to think what kind of represents assumptions, and I feel like that emoji, when people just be looking, kind of represents as well. So make sure you comment that down below, and you will possibly be shout out in Sunday's video. So yeah, without further ado, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on this journey, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.